Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
2 mass shootings this weekend, one in Dayton, Ohio, the other in El Paso, Texas, taking place less than 13 hours apart, leaving at least 29 dead and 53 injured.
I just thought it was over. I didn't think that we were going to get out of the bathroom.
The Texas shooting being investigated as a hate crime.
They're being isolated. We are being isolated for our color. We're way past that now. We're years past color.
Everything that happened was just terrible.
In the wake of the violence, a country reeling from yet more gruesome scenes of violence and death. Violence tops our show here at noon. Not long ago, President Donald Trump has added his voice to those condemning and regretting the mass shootings in Texas and Ohio. 21 people killed in El Paso, 9 in Dayton, dozens more wounded. The president this morning calling the shooting evil, and in the El Paso shooting, condemning the shooter's motivations.
The shooter in El Paso posted a manifesto online consumed by racist hate. In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. These sinister ideologies must be defeated. Hate has no place in America. Hatred warps the mind, ravages the heart, and devours the soul.
Now, those comments from the president stand in stark contrast to statements he repeatedly made about Mexican and Latin American immigrants while he was running for president in 2015.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Well, it is important to note the president continues to make similar remarks at rallies to this day. Meantime, in today's remarks, the president sent condolences to the people of Mexico over citizens of Mexico who were killed in El Paso. He called the killings a terrible, terrible thing. The president also called for new efforts to detect and identify mass shooting suspects before they attack, and he asked that hate crimes and mass murderers be punished with the death penalty. You are looking at video of the 3 most recent mass shootings in our country. On the left, video of the Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting that took 3 lives last weekend in California. In the middle, video from El Paso, where police say another mass shooting victim has died at the hospital, raising the death toll at midday to 21. And on your right, video from Dayton, where at least 9 people lost their lives early Sunday. And in Dayton, Ohio this morning, the mayor, police chief, and other city officials provided an update on the investigation into that city's mass shooting. The police chief says it's too early to determine a motive for the gunman who killed 9 people and wounded 14 others. Several other people were injured in the chaos, and the chief says based on evidence found so far, in addition to the shots he fired, the gunman had more destructive firepower in the ammunition magazines he was carrying.
But if all of those were completely at full capacity, including the loose rounds found on the ground near him, as well as in a backpack that he carried, he would have had a maximum of 250 rounds in his possession at the time. We can confirm at least 41 spent shell casings from his weapon based on their location and his path of travel. That's at least 41.
The suspect used this .223 caliber high-capacity rifle with 100-round drum magazines. The weapon was ordered online from Texas and transferred to the suspect at a local firearms dealer near Dayton. Now let's get out live to Larry Sproul, who has a look at how the community is coping during this devastation. He is live in Dayton. Larry?
Good afternoon, Jason. I got to tell you that it is a very sad situation out here. People are just sad. People are just unexplainable. It's trying to figure out what happened. Take a look behind me. You can see a memorial has been growing ever since last night. People are dropping off flowers, candles, and balloons out here in memory of the 9 victims. Now, what seems just unreal is that almost more than 24 hours ago, 9 people lost their lives right here in front of this club. It's something people here tell me that they will never forget. Flowers, candles, and media from all over the country marked the spot Tuesday morning where 9 people died. Police say 24-year-old Connor Betts fired multiple shots outside Ned Pepper's bar Sunday morning. 9 dead, including his own sister. About 27 people injured. Anthony Reynolds recalls the very moments he walked outside Ned Pepper's bar.
I probably get about 10 feet away from the line. At the back of the line, there's about 60 people trying to get in the club. Then I hear a first gunshot. And then when I hear the gunshot, I'm not realizing it's a gunshot because these buildings so close around me, it just sound like an echo. Then we realize like somebody's shooting.
Reynolds tells me that one shot quickly turned into multiple shots.
As soon as after that, it just went rapid fire. You heard like, blah, blah, boom, 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 like, and I'm like, so we just start running.
But he did not see his cousin behind him, so he turned around.
I've never seen a massacre like in bodies just everywhere.
Among the victims, the family of Damon Davenport.
105, I was leaving this bar, which is Ned Pepper's right across the street.
Harp-shaped wreaths now sit outside the bar with the victims' names on it. And so he tells me that one of his good friends, his wife, was inside the bar at the time of the shooting. She made a phone call to her husband. I got to tell you, it's a very tough phone call to hear. I'm working on that part of the story, all new tonight at 5. We're live in Dayton, Ohio this afternoon. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
I would assume that that district is not back open for business. What is the, or is it? I mean, are people going about their days amid the gloom and the devastation and the sadness and the heartbreak?
Well, Jason, as I mentioned, obviously there is a gloom, there is a sadness over this entire area. They did let the street back open, but most of the bars are still closed. As you can see behind me, the Peppers bar is still closed at this very moment. Now, we have been hearing that they plan on opening it back up soon, but as of right now, there's a sign on the door that simply says, "We are hurt, we are sad, and we are healing and mourning right now." Jason?
Larry Sproul reporting live from Dayton. Thank you so much. Now let's go over to El Paso, where the death toll, as I said at the top of the show, has risen to 21. Meantime, the suspected shooter is in custody and reportedly is volunteering information. Meantime, families, loved ones, and many others in El Paso continue to suffer as police search for answers. Listen.
The earth shall soon dissolve.
Residents filling vigils and memorials in El Paso, Texas, honoring the 20 lives tragically cut short during this weekend's massacre.
In El Paso, we are one big family. We know that the country is mourning with us.
The attack injuring at least 26 others, an elevated sense of fear for many residents here.
We're being isolated for a color.
Survivors struggling to comprehend why they made it out alive when others did not.
Everything that happened was just terrible, but we are blessed. We are blessed because we're alive. And I pray for all those people that died, because it was so many.
Two of those murdered, Andre and Jordan Achando. They were inside the Walmart with their 2-month-old son when the shooting began.
She's just a wonderful person. She'd give anything for those kids. Anything, even her life.
That's what Jordan apparently did that day, protecting her baby by using her body as a human shield. The baby was injured but survived.
I want to just find my mom. Somebody needs to tell me where she is. I want to know if she's dead or alive or if she's still
This emotional plea from a daughter ending in heartbreak. 86-year-old Angie Anglesby's family now says she's one of the victims. And 60-year-old Arturo Benavides, an Army veteran and bus driver, his niece describing him as a caring and strong-willed man with plenty of love left to share.
I don't know.
Police and federal authorities still piecing together why the 21-year-old suspect allegedly went on a rampage.
We are treating it as a domestic terrorism case.
Local police saying the suspect is cooperating with investigators, but he's not sorry. Law enforcement sources also telling CNN the suspect posted a 4-page manifesto online filled with white nationalist and racist language targeting immigrants and Hispanics.
We have a manifesto from this individual that indicates to some degree it has a nexus to potential hate crime.
State officials seeking the ultimate punishment.
We will seek the death penalty.
And the shooter is being held without bond. We are following new breaking news out of Franklin, where cleanup is underway after concrete spills onto Telegraph Road near 14 Mile. Right now, we don't really know how the concrete spilled on the road, but Sky 4 shows the massive cleanup effort underway, and we will keep you updated with any information we learn from the scene or from the cleanup crews themselves. Brandon.
All right, Jason, here we go at noon time. It is a warm one for sure. And you see the puffy cumulus clouds forming with the heat of the midday here. We have temps in the 80s just about everywhere. Sans Port Huron and Sandusky, but low 80s for everybody, feeling more like middle 80s when you factor in the humidity. The warm and muggies are with us for the next 2-3 days before we get some nice relief. So just know that we're going to be near 90 degrees for a heat index, or feels like temp, the next couple of days. So it gets a little unstable in these conditions. An isolated shower or storm possible, mainly between 2 and 6 p.m. So tailgating for the Tigers-White Sox game may get an isolated shower, but it doesn't look like much activity today. More so tomorrow as the heat and humidity stays intact and on top of us. But you see right now, Jason, not much happening. We'll track Tuesday, Wednesday storm chances coming up.
But there is much happening with General Motors. A new GM plant is open for business today. The $65 million parts processing facility in Burton, which is a suburb of Flint, opening. This plant coming open online days after the Warren transmission plant shut down in the automaker's efforts to control and cut costs. Still to come, Helping Hand. What company is doing its part to support victims of this weekend's shootings in Dayton and El Paso? But first, just a day after the deadly shooting at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas, a Walmart near Tampa, Florida has to be evacuated. I'll look at why coming up.